Hey there YouTube, this is Kevin from Percy's Videos, and this video is a quick overview on how I mounted two 5-liter gas tanks to my CFMOTO CFORCE 600 Touring ATV. So let's take a quick look. So as you can see, I actually chose to mount the two 5-liter gas tanks to the front of the ATV. So you can see that I have rack extenders already attached, and then what I did is I put a board here and I attached the board to the CFMOTO Anchor accessories, which I'll show you, and then mounted the gas tanks to the board. So basically you have a board attached to the anchor accessories on the CFMOTO, and then the gas tank mounts attached to the board. So let me show you real quick. So these just kind of screw and lock into position there. So that's the first one. So you can see right there, that's the mount attached to the board. And I did put a little bit of a foam rubber matting on the board. Here's the second one, same setup. I'll show you. So again, there's the second mount. And right here, you can see on both ends, I have bolts. They essentially go into an anchor mount that's right here. I'll unbolt this and show you. So basically, here's the gas can mount attached to the board with a little foam padding. And then the board is bolted into the anchor accessories, which attaches it to the mount. So you can actually remove this whole board and you'll never even know that gas cans were there in the first place. So I went with two 5 liters. They're matching. It's about 1.3 gallons per gas tank, which, you know, gives you about 2.6 gallons, which I think is a great range extender. There's no issues with the handlebars hitting the gas tanks while you're turning. I did consider hanging them off the rear rack extender, maybe on the back here or on the sides. The reason why I didn't do that is I was worried about creating the additional width on each side of the ATV. I do mostly East Coast riding, so it's trail riding, so some of the trails can get narrow. And I also chose not to do it on the back, although I still may do a similar amount here, because with this already be a touring and having a second person on it, you can start to get a lot of weight in the back, and I was just worried about too much weight in the back. So I didn't know, you know, if we were climbing a hill, how that would unbalance, so to speak, the ATV with too much weight in the back. So right now, with the gas tanks full, I guess you're adding about, I don't know, around 15 pounds, right? To the front. You don't really feel that much of a difference. And it's, and the two, not gas tanks, gas cans, I should be saying, are protected completely by that front rack extender. So what I'll do is I'm gonna put the GoPro down, and I'll just show you, I'll unbolt this board so you guys can see the anchor accessory, and then I'll bolt it back on so you can see that. So you basically have a washer, a locking washer, and then the bolt. Same thing on this side, locking washer, washer, and bolt. Okay, so I removed both bolts. One was there, one was there. So basically you just remove the entire board with both gas can mounts. And here are the anchor accessories. So they're these aluminum anchors, I guess, and they just lock into place right here, and they kind of lock underneath. It's like a bolt mechanism. And yeah, just use two of those These are actually pretty expensive. I think it's like $50 for the pair. And you know, there's actually on each side of this rack, at least on the CFMOTO, there's 4 locations for these anchor accessories. And I imagine you could do this if you just had like a steel bar front rack, or I imagine the other ATVs that have these plastic racks have pretty similar anchor points. I did not want to attach the gas tanks to the plastic part of the front rack, although these are completely removable. I just didn't trust my craftsmanship, and I just wanted to be able to remove them, and basically it looks like they were never there. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and bolt everything back on, and we'll put it back together, and I'll show you a last time the gas cans and the board on the ATV. Okay, so you see the board's back on, bolts back into the anchor accessory, bolt back into the anchor accessory, and the gas can mounts I just leave always attached to the board. So if the board's on, the gas cans are on. If the board's off, the gas cans are off. So let's put the gas cans back on. One thing I do want to mention, I also put a little bit of foam on the, I guess you call it the bottom of the part that screws into the base, just for a nicer fit, a little less vibration. With the foam padding, you don't really get vibration out of these gas cans or this setup at all. All right, so there you go. That is my 2 gas can, 2 5-liter or 1.3 gallon gas can setup on my CFMOTO C4 600 Touring. I'll put links in the description on where you can get these gas cans. They're pretty good quality and not too expensive. I think they're about $35 on Amazon. And I think, you know, there's 10 different sellers, if you will, on Amazon that are selling the same gas cans. So you just find the deal that has, you know, the best price. They also come in red if you prefer red. I don't think red would look that bad. I just kind of like the black because it blends in. So I'm really interested into all your thoughts on this setup and whether or not, you know, the front mounted gas cans are a good idea. Or if you think I should still try to put a mount on the rear or on the sides, you know, where the second person sits. I'm just kind of worried about that weight distribution. And, you know, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Again, this is Kevin from Percy's Videos.